Well, good morning, people. Here I am at South Carolina Tobacco Museum in
Mullins.
South Carolina. Come on in, she says. You're welcome. Have a nice lady here. She told us some information about the museum. And so we're going to stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, so you do it like commercials.
Boy, look at all this tobacco, huh? And look at that blanket. That's an old soul machine.
Yes, sir.
That's cool. Go ahead.
I was going to show you this. This
Yes.
right here
Yes.
is actually what they call around here a summer iron. Because in the winter, how would you get your iron hot? By putting it on the stove.
Yes.
Well, in the summer here in the South, you do not want to turn your stove on, right? So this right here, you would take that corn cob or a piece of coal or anything like that.
No kidding. That's
set
down
it
your
on
board.
fire, and it would go into there, and
No
that would
kidding.
warm your
That's dang cool.
Yes.
Dinner served, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that's a big plant.
That would be about how tall a tobacco plant is. They're actually slightly shorter now through modification, but that would be kind of the end result of your tobacco starting here and growing up to that. It's time to crop then.
And what are these?
These are your transplanters. The transplanters are actually, once your tobacco gets about 6 to 9 inches tall and it comes out of the bed and goes into the field,
Okay.
your water would go in here and your plant would go in here. And you would pick it up, put it into the ground. When you would pull the lever, plant would drop down, water would drop down,
Interesting.
planted your plant.
Cool. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Were these pulled by animals or just push?
Yeah,
Okay.
some by people, some
Mhm.
yes.
Was that like a planter?
Yeah, your fertilizer or
uh-huh.
anything like that could go
Okay,
into
cool.
that. And all of this did not have anything to do with tobacco. Some did, some did not. And this would be your
A
tobacco
sprayer.
sprayer. Yep, you would pull that and it would spray your tobacco.
Cool. Boy, look at all those camels. I'd walk a mile for a camel.
If you want to, you can actually flip some of those over because they actually come from different countries. And you can see
Really?
Absolutely. Sorry. That's okay. The train usually knocks stuff over all the time. Does it? Absolutely.
Well, you got some old cigarette packs here.
Yes, most of these in this packet, they're actually from World War II.
Lucky Strike.
Absolutely.
LSMFT.
Yeah.
Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. You knew that, didn't
This
you?
is a nicotineless cigarette.
That's cool. Viceroys. You know, in our rations in Vietnam, they gave us it's a 5-pack of cigarettes. And there's all different kinds.
In with your rations.
So you just
A
say,
little side fact of Mullins. Mullins is actually where all the meals ready to eat are made for the Department of Defense now.
and what was this?
This right here is actually a cigarette lighter. It was in our old drugstore. You put your cigarette right up here and it would light it for you when you hit the lever. Absolutely. And that was a time clock in one of our old warehouses.
So that was a tobacco
That's
barn?
that is a model of a extremely large barn.
Okay.
When we go in here, this is a small one. So
Okay.
the young men would actually climb to the top and start loading it from top to bottom.
Cool.
And this is our old blacksmith shop.
Oh,
We
nice.
actually had 2 here in Mullins during tobacco.
That's a nice drill press you got there,
I
huh?
know, yes. The Harrelson family
Yes,
graciously
sir.
donated all of this to us after their blacksmith shop ceased operation. And this right here is the barn. Guess how you can go
Yeah, they
inside.
still go a lot of tobacco around, don't they?
We actually have about only 6 farmers in this county that still grow.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes. There are no more auctions.
And how much do they go, do you know?
The last numbers I had were, I think it was 2017, and it was, Horry County has they grow more than we are, but they're a much larger county. Land versus how much is grown for tobacco, we still are one of the biggest growers. We're just a very, very, very small county. But it is not a lot of smoking is in the major decline here in the United States. So most of our tobacco grown here actually goes overseas.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Do they actually harvest tobacco like that, or is that
Gosh,
for
no,
something
that
else?
is completely for something
Grain?
else. Absolutely.
Got some for the
yeah
mules?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
double,
Cool.
Yes, no tobacco. You would actually crop it with, a knife, but you would actually get down there and crop.
Oh, really?
Now a machine just crops it off. And let me turn on the big lights for a moment here.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah. These are some pictures of our warehouses. We had about 40 working warehouses here during
That's
Mullins'
cool.
heyday.
And who's this gentleman?
That is one of the warehouse owners, Mr. Buckin. Up here, the big photograph is Stephen Smith. He was our first postmaster. He owned the first store. And this is what little bit of military history memorabilia we have. We're actually creating a room over here for it.
Sure.
And this is Colonel Mullins, and that the town was named after him. He actually brought the railroad to.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes, sir. And as you see, we're right outside the railroad. It still runs from. And there's Mullins Lumber Company. It was an extremely large employer. This is some pictures from our social parts of town, our 100th anniversary, our Golden Leaf Festival, which was the.
Well, that's pretty thick material.
Well, actually, basically, it looks like it's 1872, but what it was is it was actually made in 1972 for people to wear for the 100th.
Okay.
So it still is 50 years old because it is our 150th anniversary this year.
Very nice.
Amazing stuff, y'all.
I don't know. No, I'm sure it happens to other people too. At least I hope I'm not the only one. It's like, actually, this right here is the Barn series from a local painter named Glenn Hayes. He worked at our tobacco warehouses for 30-some years. When he retired, he taught himself how to paint. So this is his Barn series. Over here, this is his picture. This depicts the last auction in Mullins. We auctioned from 1895 to 1994, and he was present at the very last auction, and that is his portrait.
Corn sheller. We call them corn huskers. Put the corn in there, turn the wheel, and Got a little mixture there, huh?
Ah, that's your butter churn. That's when you didn't have to do it that way. You could actually sit down and churn your butter.
Chuck, I've got one of those. I've got one of
Yeah,
those.
yeah, they
My,
could be
belonged to
fine.
my grandmother.
You can
And
go get lots of them.
my daughter took it to school, and we bought a bunch of cream, took it to school, and they made some butter at school.
No kidding.
You just put the cream in there, start turning that thing, turning. Eventually, the butter starts, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll continue on.
I've got the front, hot sun in the front room. Yeah, now they just take the shake the butter up in a dish.
Yeah.
Boy, look at all the tins, huh? See if I can see the pretty cool. Prince Albert. My grandpa smoked Prince Albert.
Jar bucket buttons to go in my sewing machine. And that boat is
Now, what do you think of that boat?
one solid piece of cypress. It was taken out of the PD River down in Georgetown County. It ended up here because the gentleman that owned, hey Audra, the gentleman that owned Mullins Lumber Company actually owned the location that it was from.
The old cigarette
Back
machine.
here, the museum was founded, we were just founded in 1990.
There you go.
Very young museum.
What do you think?
Founded behind
Carolina
there,
Tobacco
the first
Museum.
Curator who started the museum had it refurbished. A lot.
Pretty interesting. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it.